Okay, good day nurses. Wow, ang sarap naman matawag na nurse, tama ba? Yes. Okay, so for today, we will discuss your gout and osteoporosis. Okay, your gout guys, that's the gouty arthritis na tinatawag. Okay, it is a painful flares of inflammatory arthritis. So, sudden or acute attack ang ginagawa niya causing pain guys. Okay, from uric acid crystal deposits in the joints, okay, primarily affecting the toes, specifically the large toes, okay. So ang reason guys is si uric acid daw, okay. Now paano ba nangyayari na nagkakaroon tayo ng uric acid sa katawan natin? Dahil daw yun sa pagkain natin ng mga rich in your purine foods, okay. Now, of course guys, sa examination or sa mga tanong kahit sa PNLE, NCLEX, ganyan guys, hindi naman nila sa inyo directly sasabihin na kumain ka ng rich in or iwasan mong kumain ng rich in purine foods. Of course, so kailangan nating malaman kung ano ba yung mga pagkain na rich in purine foods. So ano nga ba yung mga yon guys? Ito yung mga pagkain guys na rich in purine foods, okay? Your meat such as organ meats and red meats. Okay, when you say organ meat such as your liver guys, so mag-isip-isip ka kung mahilig ka sa batil patong. Okay, what else? Kapag mahilig ka sa papaitan. Okay? Oh, what else? Seafood din daw guys such as anchovies, sardines, and scallops. Your anchovies guys, that's the ganun, the list na tinatawag natin dito sa atin. Okay? What else? Clients should also avoid alcohol. Okay? Your alcohol guys does not directly increases the uric acid. Okay? Ang ginagawa niya kasi guys, when you take alcohol guys, dinidecrease niya yung uric acid to get excreted in your body. Kaya tumataas ang uric acid mo sa blood mo. Okay? Nagigets? Okay, now, let's discuss your assessment findings naman kay gouty arthritis guys. Okay? Your assessment finding guys, of course, there will be a sudden severe joint pain and swelling, primarily affecting the toes. Okay? So, ganito siya guys. Okay? Magde-deposit yung uric acid mo doon sa joints mo guys, specifically sa large joints. Okay, di ba ito yung joints mo guys, yan yung mga joints mo. Then dito daw siya nagde-deposit guys. That could cause swelling and pain and also itchiness guys, and in medical term that is your pruritus. Okay, what else? Sa labs mo daw guys, makikita na increase ang serum uric acid levels mo. Okay, now what's our nursing intervention naman guys sa may taong may gouty arthritis? Okay? So your first nursing intervention guys, of course, you avoid the triggers, tama ba? Such as limiting alcohol and avoiding high purine foods like your shellfish, shrimp, red meat, and organ meat. Okay? Then, excess purine intake increases the serum uric acid. Okay, the normal value of your serum uric acid guys is 2.5 to 8 mg per deciliter. So kapag above than that guys, then therefore possible magkaroon siya ng gouty arthritis. Okay, then encourage weight loss in obese clients kasi increasing in weight guys can directly daw affects the pag-increase ng iyong uric acid. Okay? Then, promote hydration to decrease risk for purine renal calcular o yung tinatawag natin na kidney stones, guys. Okay? We hydrate the patient, guys, para makatulong na ma-excrete yung mga uric acids mo dun sa katawan mo. Okay? And kapag nagkaroon ka ng kidney stone, guys, meron silang ginagawa dyan, guys. Okay? Ini-strain nila yung urine guys para makuha yung stone. Okay, then yung stone na yun guys for laboratory and analysis na. Okay, what else? The pharmacologic intervention naman guys, administer allopurinol to decrease uric acid production for prevention of your gout flares. So meaning guys, your allopurinol guys is for maintenance. Okay, then, administer colchicine, NSAIDs, or corticosteroids to treat acute flares. So, sudden attack naman to guys. So, Your allopurinol, guys, is for maintenance. Tama ba? Your colchicine, guys, is medication for sudden attack. Okay? Now, since holistic approach tayong mga nurses, guys, what if matutulog yung patient natin? Okay? What's our nursing intervention? Kasi mind you, guys, dito kay gouty arthritis, even na matouch lang yung yung joint na nagdepositan ng uric acid, guys, is sobrang masakit or painful siya, guys. Okay? So, anong ginagawa natin, guys? We use bed cradle or foot cradle. Okay? So, ganito siya, guys. Okay? Because painful if it touches the linens. Okay? And that is all for your gouty arthritis. Now, let's discuss your osteoporosis. Okay? Ano ba ang nangyayari kay osteoporosis, guys? Okay? Kay osteoporosis, nagiging porous and fragile ang bones natin from excess bone resorption. Okay? So, before I discuss your osteoporosis, guys, i-discuss muna natin kung paano tayo nagkakaroon ng healthy bone. Okay? Supposedly, guys, the bone formation or si osteoblast na tinatawag natin, guys, dapat equal siya kay bone resorption or yung osteoblast na tinatawag natin. Okay? And that mechanism, guys, that's your bone remodeling na tinatawag. Okay? Thus, nagkakaroon ng normal bone density. Okay? Your osteoblast, guys, stands for your or meaning the building of new bone. Okay? Your osteoclast naman, guys, that's the breaking down of old bone. Okay? The body constantly removes old bones and creates new bone. The two process, guys, are dapat balance. Okay? As a result, the bone, guys, stays strong and dense. Now, let's discuss your osteoporosis. Ano ba ang nangyayari? Okay? The bone resorption, guys, or yung tinatawag natin na osteoclast, guys, is greater than the bone formation or si osteoblast. Okay? So, mas madalas mag-bone crush, guys, compared sa mag-bone build. Tama? As a result, guys, nagiging porous ngayon yung bone. Okay? Nagiging weak and fragile. Okay? Bone is broken down faster than it is formed, or the osteoclast become more active than the osteoblast. Okay? As a result, the bone becomes porous, thin, and fragile. Okay? So, resulting in low bone density. So, and as a result, guys, nag-i-increase ngayon yung risk natin for fractures or yung tinatawag din natin na pathologic fracture. Okay? Now, let's discuss kung paano nagkakaroon or ano yung mga risk factors kung bakit nagkakaroon ang isang tao ng osteoporosis. Okay? First is due to aging. Kasi aging daw, guys, normally or naturally, guys, na mas mataas daw ang rate ng osteoclast activity compared into your osteoblast activity. E diba yun yung problema sa osteoporosis, tama? Okay? What else? White or Asian daw na mga lahi, guys, because they have lower peak bone. As a result, meron silang less bone reserve. Okay? What else? Itong mga white or Asian na lahi daw, guys, is small frame sila. Okay? What else? Yung mga babae. Oh, yes. Babae with low estrogen. Now, paano nagkakaroon ng low estrogen ang isang babae? Of course, guys, kapag post-menopause, kapag na-menopause na yan, guys. Okay? What else? Kapag post-hysterectomy with oophorectomy siya. When we say hysterectomy, guys, diba that's the removal of your uterus, tama? And your oophorectomy, guys, that's the removal of your ovaries, resulting now, guys, na hindi na mag-produce ng estrogen. Okay? What else? Long-term corticosteroid use, di ba? We all know naman, guys, that's the corticosteroid, guys, dapat short-term use lang yan. Okay? Because it decreases calcium absorption in the intestine. Then, ini-increase niya kasi, guys, ang calcium excretion doon sa urine. Okay? What else? Kapag may hyperparathyroidism yung patient, guys. Di ba na-discuss na natin si hyperparathyroidism, di ba? Your PTH, guys, is equal to your calcium, tama? Okay? Now, anong ginagawa niya? Ini-increase niya ang calcium sa blood, guys. But, yung PTH, guys, ini-stimulate niya kasi si bone resorption. Okay? 'Di ba ang problema natin kay osteoporosis guys, mas madalas ang bone resorption compared kay bone formation. Okay? What else? Inadequate calcium or vitamin D intake. Okay, di ba? Alam naman natin lahat guys that your calcium and vitamin D guys nakakatulong siya sa bone natin. Tama? What else? Smoking or excess alcohol intake. Ang smoking and alcohol intake guys, parang sa lahat naman ng sakit yan. Tama? Then lastly guys, with the use of your diuretics daw guys, because it excrete calcium daw guys, except sa thiazide guys, because it is a calcium sparing diuretics. Okay? And that's your risk factors guys. Now, what are the assessment findings or ano yung makikita natin sa may taong or sa taong may osteoporosis? Okay? First is height loss. Okay? What else? Back pain. Then, kyphosis or yung tinatawag natin na kuba. Tama? Forward curvature of the spine. Then, lastly guys, your pathologic fracture, especially sa hip, wrist, and spine. And when we say pathologic fracture guys, na-fracture without major trauma. Na-fracture lang siya on its own. That's the pathologic fracture na tinatawag. Ito ang nangyayari guys sa osteoporosis. Okay? Height loss guys due to weakened vertebrae, this is the early sign of your osteoporosis. And also guys, because of the thoracic kyphosis or dahil nagkukuba si patient or yung Dowager's hump na tinatawag. Syempre guys, pag kuba ayan, then therefore nagkakaroon talaga ng height loss. Okay, what else? Stoop posture and back pain guys due to a small fracture in the vertebrae. So dito guys. Then lastly, the bone fractures without major trauma. Ano na ulit yung tawag natin dito? That's your pathologic fracture. Okay? Now, since alam mo na ngayon kung paano mag-diagnose, kung ano ang mga risk factor, and kung ano ang mga makikita natin sa taong may osteoporosis, tama ba? Now, paano naman natin i-manage or ano naman ang ating mga nursing intervention? First is to promote bone health. Okay? So, paano mo gagawin yun guys? Instruct the client to choose weight-bearing forms of exercise which improve the bone density. Okay? Such as walking instead of swimming. Kasi si swimming guys does not require weight-bearing, di ba? Because of the buoyancy. Okay? Kasi daw guys, ang weight-bearing exercises na pro-promote niya daw guys, ang bone formation. Okay? Causing improved bone density. Okay? What else? Encourage food rich in calcium such as dairy and green leafy vegetables and vitamin D guys such as salmon and eggs. Then, kung kaya naman ni patient guys or may pera naman si patient guys, you administer dietary supplement as needed. Okay? What else? Recommend a safe amount of sun exposure. 2, di ba? We all know naman guys, the sun exposure guys or sun radiation guys increases the vitamin D production sa katawan natin, tama? Pero kailan mo gagawin yan? Of course, early in the morning. Kasi baka mamaya ang nasa isip mo sa tanghali ilagay para masunog yan, tama? Yes. Next, administer biphosphonates or the alendronate, okay? To slow the bone resorption. Yun yung action niya guys. Ini-slow niya ang bone resorption kasi nga ito ang problema. Tama? Mas increase yan kaysa sa bone formation. Okay? The action, it prevents the bone resorption. Sa result, calcium stays in the bone. O what else? By administering calcitonin. Pwede rin si calcitonin guys because it promotes calcium from the blood to the bone. Pero mind you guys, si biphosphonates can cause or si alendronate can cause, okay, regurgitation. So, pag nag-intake ng biphosphonate si patient, guys, then pumunta na sa stomach niya, tama? And si stomach, guys, nagse-secrete kasi yan ng tinatawag nating hydrochloric acid. So, kapag nagkaroon ng regurgitation, guys, yung hydrochloric acid, acidic yan in nature. So, pag nagkaroon ng regurgitation, guys, possible ma-damage niya si esophagus, okay? Causing now, guys, yung complication na esophagitis. Okay? So, anong i-instruct mo? What's your nursing consideration? Take biphosphonates with full glass of water and remain upright for 30 minutes after taking to prevent, guys, the regurgitation to happen. Okay? What else? Encourage regular bone mineral density testing or the DEXA na tinatawag guys, the dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. Okay? Ano siya guys? It is a confirmatory test ng osteoporosis because it measures the bone density and it is non-invasive guys. Pero ang nursing consideration mo guys, i-instruct mo si patient to remove jewelry or metals. Okay? So kapag ang result guys is positive siya for brittle or porous guys, thus mai-interpret ng DEXA scan guys na decrease ang bone density. Okay? What else? To prevent falls and fractures. Okay? So paano mo ma-prevent ang fall and fractures guys? You instruct the patient to use assistive devices and modifying home environment such as removing the throw rugs or use non-slip shower mask. Okay, what else guys? Kapag yung patient mo nasa hospital, by raising the bed rails of the patient and providing adequate lighting. Tama ba? Yes. Okay, then lastly guys, avoid high impact activities that increases the fracture risk such as running and horseback riding. Kasi imagine guys, mag-high impact activities ka pa, di ba nga porous or fragile na ang bone ni patient. So dapat weight bearing exercises lang guys to promote the bone formation. And that is all for your osteoporosis.